Hey people, 5 Aces here, and welcome to Tiberian Dawn 2 Rise of the APC. This is the highest tier matchup that I could find in the TDGL, the highest one that I could master, and this is ZxGanon, or ZxGanon as he prefers to be called, versus Master. I've featured both of those players on my channel, and both usually sporting the black color, sporting their black shorts, and this time, yeah, Ganon lost the fight, but can he win the war? We're about to find out, as we're on, what's the map? It's match point, yeah. Match point, the map with 6 derricks, yeah. So very viable to go for early infantry here. And straight out the gate, we're seeing some early Humvee action for Ganon, who is just trying to go on the aggression here. He's someone that loves doing this. Also, really good micro, because he's got his units hotkeyed up differently, as we can see here. So, I think working with hotkeys 1, 2, 3. And a very passive and defensive start for Master is just trying to get a scout. Honestly, I would not even bother, because you know that everyone is going GDI because of APCs. There is going to be a balance patch in the future, or a proper release, I should have to say. And I think it's very close, so yeah, this should address or at least alleviate some of the concerns here. We're immediately seeing some harassment onto the eco. Okay, I think he wants to park his rocket troopers here, so they can shoot over the cliffs. And look at this micro. He has scouted. Okay, we're gonna see from his perspective. So he's scouted the enemy infantry. He's going to have his minigunners tank, so his Humvee doesn't take flak here. This is Master frantically producing Humvees as well, because he lacks the prerequisites for an APC. Okay, so far, very good start for ZxGanon, who has wiped the infantry. He's wiped the slate clean here with the infantry of Master. And Master just trying to get back into the game by sniping away the army. Yeah. So he's on 1 harvester here. And ZxGanon, off the back of this, has just produced some more harvesters. Is walled off with a couple of sandbag barriers. It's very cheap. You can do that easily. And this is just to halt any counter-aggression. What is he going for? So he went for an earlier barracks, which means that Master has just rushed out the war factory here. And Master is a bit behind on the 8-ball here. He's got very low econ. Low econ mode activated, has to scrimp and save for the 3rd harvester. And we're seeing ZxGanon move out here. How good can the block micro be? Because let's face it, Humvees are not gonna kill an MCV. What is he trying to do here? It looked like he was about to crush. That only works in Red Alert 3, buddy. Alright, that's good though. The APC coming out and instantly denying those Humvees, just Humvees noping the fuck out of there. Oh, he's trying for a block. I mean, the block is a popular cheese move, but I doubt it's gonna have much impact here. Yeah, again, I'm just reacting immediately. Okay, game is stabilized, and we're seeing 2 engines being produced for ZxGanon. Master as well. He's on 4 harvesters now, so he's caught up with the econ tab. And Zx already transferring a harvester, so he's got a super early fake expansion, so a sort of expansion. And ZxGanon going for his oil derricks. Let's see which ones he's gonna take. Meanwhile, Master, yo, can you smell the cheese here? I doubt that's gonna work though, because that was only gonna unlock medium tanks and orcas. And let's face it, against this bad boy, you don't want to build orcas. You need like 3 orcas to take 1 down, and even that it's extremely cost inefficient. And since they're so spammable and they appear in flocks usually, there is no point in building orcas in a GDI mirror at the present state of balance. Just the way I'd put it. 1 derrick being taken by Ganon, the other one appears to be top left, okay. And oh, that's risky. Master is just sending his engineer out blind. And we're having a bit of a run by. There's something in it. That's the engineers, right? Okay. No way. This... Don't tell... Oh my goodness! RIP War Factory. Jeez, that's a blow. So ZxGanon just being deprived of a War Factory here, just getting hijacked. Luckily for him, he's got a 2nd one as a backup. And I doubt that that TD Master is gonna have this on the radar. He's also mined out here, so he has to transfer. Just a little bit of scouting run here. Let's put ourselves into ZxGanon's shoes. He sees the entire base. He has not scouted the comm center. Look at the damage done to power plants. This is so stupid. So if I were to make any balance changes, I would just completely neuter their damage versus heavy armor. It's like, and wood armor. It's all they need. They can be tanky, they can still produce crush infantry, they can still be super annoying, they can still harass air units, but I would just cut down on the damage versus wood armor and heavy armor. Alright, there's a wall off here, so this is not gonna happen. And we're seeing a bit of a harassment maneuver. Maybe 5 rocket soldiers, maybe Koreans? No, he doesn't have tech. Doesn't have the tech yet. Going for the harvester is ZxGanon. Probably not gonna find it, and instead switching over his targets and switching over to the medium tanks. Probably trying to go for crushes as well. That's very good micro. Look at this focus fire. His minigunner deliberately duking it out with the infantry. Meanwhile, the rocket soldiers deliberately targeting the vehicles. And the APCs are just gonna, pack their treads up and run away. And we're seeing round 2 prepared. That's a massive strike force. That's the 1-2 punch here. Not letting him catch a breather. And Master is on 1 weapons factory. His eco is struggling a bit as well because he pulled the harvester, which is very low on health. Does have 1 Derrick at least. So there's that. He's got something going for him. And this army is gonna meet up with 3 medium tanks. Now we're gonna observe the damage they do. It's ridiculous. Oh, those were good crushes. But unloading the infantry amidst the medium tanks is a genius move because they can't run away. Medium tanks are too slow to... Now they're just being outrun and outgunned by the APCs. And I imagine someone in the GD balance team sipping his cup of coffee, being like, this is fine. Meanwhile, like, the debris is falling from the walls and the room's on fire. Jeez, yeah. That's a bit special. Yeah, has retained most of his strike force. TD Master has to struggle with the econ, still going for another expansion before having to build a second war factory. And ZxGanon, let's do the math here. How many weapons factories is this man on? Jesus Christ, 3 weapons factories, non-stop spamming APCs. And just a couple infantrymen, like random rifles and rockets, to just be a diversion. This must be 2 hotkey groups. One of them has cargo. This is the cargo group. I would actually send the other one in first, because if they die, it's not that not that big of a deal. So this one is designated crushing. Danger close airstrike. Gets at least one of the cargo, of the APCs full of cargo. That's not too bad. We're seeing the focus fire coming out of ZxGanon again, just trading away with the medium tanks. Meanwhile, his infantry is free to go to town, and this comm center is forfeit. There is no counter-aggression, no sign of counter-aggression whatsoever. Those 4 mediums have to be sent packing. And whatever vehicle comes out of the factory right now is just forfeit. That's how it works. Barracks going down. One more refinery here for ZxGanon, and Master just struggling to get his comm center back up. I don't think it's gonna happen. Game 1. Pretty brutal. That's the definition of savagery. Jesus Christ. Again, good focus fire. And I think now he can pack up and go. Yeah. Ganon has done the damage. Somehow one of the wall tiles is missing. Don't know why. That's interesting. Oh god, don't tell me he's gonna get the harvester as well. Just, send the harvester back. Move it out. Nope. Nope, out of 10. So we're seeing an APC back tech here for a Master who has just been struggling to keep up his gameplay. And the comm center is basically dead weight right now. And this is round 3. Yo. Balance team? You okay, guys? Oh, he's trying to wall off against the APCs, but... Okay, now we're gonna see how fast those guys are gonna tackle a con yard. If he gets the block, it's just GG. Straight up. Ouch. All the poke here. It's an attack move, so most of them are not actually attacking the MCV. It just barely gets away. With a bit more than a bloody nose here. Yeah, and again, just trading away with the medium tanks, raiding the comm center, and eventually just pushing in, I'd suspect. I'd wager. That's a bit of a brutal game, and we're having another load-in. Those are empty APCs, but it doesn't matter at this point. We're gonna crack the attack here. Oh, wait. Economy. How many assets do we have? 19,000 for Master and 45k for ZxGanon. Oh, it's just, yeah. It's just steamrolled in this game. Didn't expect this game to be that one-sided, but hey. You know, it's TD is more snowbally because you can get multiple factories. This is the two-prong, and that's so smart. He knows that there are turrets, so he's moving in the rocket soldier first, just so it soaks up the damage from the turrets. And GG. Very decisive. Okay. Balanced team, I think we need to do something about this. APC damage needs to go down. Stat. At least against wood and heavy armor. Okay. That's it for game 1. I'll see you in game 2.
Battle control terminated.
Round 2. Fight! This is Twisted Ichor Wasteland, basically ZxGanon's home map because he created it, or slash ported it over from Kane's Wrath, I believe. I don't play Kane's Wrath, so don't quote me on that, like, I'm not an expert here, but I think that's what he said on stream one time. And immediately, again, ZxGanon just liking the early trade, going for the early aggression and just trying to find the scout vehicle in a moment off. So the interesting thing when you're doing this, if you know your opponent is doing this, the rocket soldiers are gonna lag behind because unlike in Red Alert, the rocket soldiers are way slower than the rifle infantry. So if you smell a window of vulnerability, if you see those rocket soldiers on the move, that's when they're the most vulnerable. So yeah, if you know your opponent is doing this or has a tendency to do this, just try and find the rockets. Because they're most of the damage early on, and they are, like, just completely unprotected here. But we're having a super defensive start from Master TD again. So again, going for the rack skip, I don't really agree with this choice, especially considering your opponent is going to... Yeah, okay. There was a Humvee in the equation, thrown into the mix. And ZxGanon, also just smart aggression. Off the back of this, he's taking his oil derrick because he knows he's uninterrupted, because his opponent is going to focus all his assets on defense. Defense, defense, defense. This is going to be a bad position already, because the minigunners are going to camp for the rocket soldiers. And again, once the rocket soldiers are down, what's there to stop the Humvee? Nothing. Nothing, it's what? Humvee takes a couple pot shots. Oh, the Humvee from Master just coming out in time. Probably going to win him the trade here. Oh, it's so close, but ultimately takes the victory. Alright, so aggression stifled for now. By the way, again, it's GDR mirror, but I don't have to mention this specifically, I believe, because it's just par for the course at this point in TGDL. Haven't seen much not play. And until the APC is fixed, there isn't going to be much not play to be had in the first place. Thing is, they reliably counter everything that comes out of node early game. Recon bikes are strong, but still, you know, if you get a couple APCs and just pack them full of rockets and run into the, like, basically run it down mid, run into the recon bikes and unload the rocket soldiers, it's gonna save them the trouble of walking up. Yeah, first Humvee being on, first APC being online. Just noping the Humvee the fuck out of there. So, oh sorry, got to put on the overlay again. And what's the production tab looking like? Yeah, Master going for his APC and going for a second engineer. So he's opting to go for the long con here. And trying to get this oil derrick. Meanwhile, oh no, sorry, that was ZxGanon. Mixed up the colors here. So ZxGanon, wow, he's going for the triple oil derrick. That's incredibly greedy, considering he's on 3 harvesters and knows his opponent has gone for an early war factory. Because if your opponent catches you with his pants down and with your pants down and just focuses down the power plant, there is not much you can do. Also, there is no base defense to be had because the Conyard has undeployed, moved away. Again, oh! That's a double engineer in one APC. Leads me to believe that this may be with the intention of grabbing a Conyard. And GGing your opponent early. Just pushing him out of the game by forcing him to undeploy the Conyard. And then harassing him down with the APCs.
Civilian killed.
Civilian killed, yeah, that's right. Ouch. Okay, it's 2 versus 3, and he has unloaded the engineers, doesn't want to lose them. He's pulling back the wounded APCs. This is going to be a bit annoying here for ZxGanon. And this time, seems like Master is in a better position. He's trying to trade it off here. Problem is the reinforcement routes are so short for Ganon. He's struggling with the econ though, because up until now he's only had those 2 harvesters operational. Yeah, and this is just where ZxGanon's RTS experience shows, where it just pulls back the wounded ones. But still, Master not letting it go here. It didn't take a page out of Frozen's book, doesn't let it go. Oh, okay. Finally, it has to let it go. And probably, nope, APC's not getting another kill. Let's read the econ statistics here. Earnings. God damn it, it's black on black. Yeah, Ganon is ahead because he's opted for the early expansion. So they're on 5 harvesters and should be 6. So he's got a harvester up on him. Master has taken both his directs, and I think there should be an engineer somewhere here. Right, where did the NG go? Oh! That's a double NG still. Alright, so it's trying to capture sub. It's trying to go for the big cap. That's the big cap. That's the oh, that's the main price. That's so juicy. But I think a weapons factory would do as a consolation price. Let's see how good is the oh, the crush. Good micro. Good micro by TD Master. I still don't know if it's TD Master or if TD is like sort of his clan tag. I have no idea, to be honest. But I'm liking his play this game way more. He's also gotten lots of rockets. What he should do though is mix in a couple more rifles. Because the rifles are then going to be used to focus fire the enemy rocket soldiers. Yeah, yep. This time I'm liking his position way better. I'm hoping for a game 3 here. APC spam versus APC spam. Whoever spams, he who spams the hardest wins. That's how games go in TD. Very smart concrete barrier, but it's leaking a bit. There's a leak here. Due to the freaking cactus. Those bushes. So many bushes. Okay, I want to see the assets right now. ZxGanon ahead again. Wow. There are more rockets here for ZxGanon, so I don't know. Depends on the crush. Oh, fantastic crushes by TD Master. Fantastic so far. Oh my lord. He's almost crushed all the rockets for now. And takes this engagement in Storm. Should load his rockets back up. That's like the way you play it. Rocket versus rocket action. Yeah, he shouldn't leave his rockets unattended here. That's like, what's that? 6, 8. That's 2,400 credits just sitting around here, completely unprotected. Could get killed by 2 minigunners. So yeah, the smart thing would be to just pack them up again. Here is round 2. Here is another detachment. That's a dead weapons factory right now. It's not producing anything. Let's do the math. 1 Humvee down for Ganon. 2 Humvees down for him. 3. So far, TD Master is... yeah, he's been standing his ground. Alright, another one down. It's just slowly getting whittled away. But now he has to deal with stationary infantry, and as we have learned previously, you don't trade into stationary infantry. You'd never want to do that. Master has deployed his 3rd refinery. And... Jesus. How does Ganon still have so much mass? I don't know, buddy. How does he keep it up? His macro is insane in TD. Oh, the rocket soldier is just moving in. No, that's a bad move. Moving into the enemy infantry. Yikes, that has cost him. Still probably gonna take this engagement, gonna take it home. Yeah. And now we're having stationary infantry for Ganon. I'm liking the dynamics of this fight though. Is whoever has the stationary infantry wins, and you have to find a way to either place your infantry via APC drops in a good position, or just make the enemy infantry move first. And that's a really dynamic fight, I'm liking it. It's a very cool playstyle. Where this time, ZxGanon has the infantry advantage here. Oh, Comm Center for TD Master. I'm not seeing the play here, I'm not seeing a way for him to get to the airstrike. Crushes, not sufficient this time. What a good position from the rocket soldiers, just nestled into the back here. Oh, and I think ZxGanon is gonna take this engagement. There should be a base defense shortly. No, Master just opting out of the base defense program. That was a bad engagement. What was the first bad engagement? Can now take 2 harvesters off on the back of this. And here's the collapse, but it's only rifle infantry. No, you don't do that. That's only rifle, and they're running onto the Tiberian. Yeah. What? Master. I don't know. He was on a fantastic roll here until they decided to just have his minigunners intentionally run it down mid. We're having another drop here. Barracks probably gonna get taken out. Weapons factory not being taken under fire, so it's just a barracks. That's okay. That's not a big loss. But in comes the collapse with a much bigger Humvee fleet, and again, no infantry. Rockets. You need rockets, man. Oh, the ZxGanon this time just overwhelming him. Has the numbers advantage and knows he can trade here. He's also got the better focus fire. Wow. Oh, Master, you just threw this one. Medium tanks coming out. Just not enough. And the minigunners are completely... They're a non-factor in these engagements. If you overcommit to them especially. These minigunners, you know... I don't know. They were acting like they were the Cuban terrorists from Red Alert 2. But it didn't happen. No Cuban terrorists here, and GG coming out from Master. Right, cracked attack. Everything was going fine, everything was hunky-dory until Master just decided to build an army of Cuban terrorists and then realizing, wait, I'm actually playing TD. Those guys don't explode when they run into tanks, or into APCs for that matter. So yeah, overcommitment into rifles, that's all she wrote. Oh, that's a fun game. That was a really cool best of 2 series, a best of 3 I guess. But the third game just never happened, never saw the light of day. And you can see how TD has changed. Yeah, unlike War in Fallout, War in TD definitely has changed. Because we're seeing mass APCs everywhere popping up. That's a fantastic game, and the next week there's going to be a balance patch, or rather there's going to be a new release. So I'm hoping to get casts done on the new release. There's plenty of balance changes for both mods actually. I think in Red Alert the artillery units are going to get nerfed by introducing more minimum range. And also there's going to be a quick public service announcement. From now on I'm gonna have a stable schedule, yes. Every Tuesday there's gonna be a shoutcast, and every Tuesday there's going to be a live stream, and every, I'd say Saturday, there's going to be a live cast. So yeah. That's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.